There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new ZDX. Only $459 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Take $10,000 off a 2025 MDX at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
The Sultan's choice for excitement and a caravan of savings awaits at Toyota of Hollywood. Your wish for savings has been granted with discounts of up to $4,500. Take a magic carpet ride in a Toyota Corolla, not $24,000, $19,988. Step into our Grand Bazaar where you'll find epic savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Oh, Sam, not again.
Initiating Daddy's back.
Go! Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink. Be the maestro of your own home.
Price, service, selection. Get all this and more at South Florida's #1 loved Subaru store. Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Save today with our 3 ways to save. 0% financing, 0 down payment, or make no payments for 90 days. From Subaru of Pembroke Pines.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help. The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
All right. Well, it's good evening for me, but it's good afternoon for you. Welcome aboard. Another edition of the Big O Radio Show coming to you live from Madrid. Let me go this way so I can center it a little bit there. Hope you guys are doing well. We are having a good time out here in Madrid. Had a good time cruising around the city today and just seeing all kinds of It's a gorgeous city. It just is. The architecture is just second to none. It is absolutely crazy. And no, Dougie Fresh, there are no Dairy Queens here. So I could not have a Dairy Queen hot dog. But, I will tell you this. You have the bag there, babe? Can you show me the bag? Oh, it doesn't say the name on it? Does it say? No? Oh, too bad. Today, we were in La Gran Via, and we were headed down to the Prado Museum, and we were doing a tour, and we're doing all kinds of different things. And on my way there, I noticed something. I noticed something that I absolutely love. Tim Hortons, baby. In Spain, Tim Hortons. Life is good. Life is good. I don't have Tim Hortons in Miami. You know, Sean knows when like we go up north or something, you know, whatever, he knows I'm looking for a Tim Hortons. Buffalo, I was constantly looking for Tim Hortons. If we're in New York, I'm looking for Tim Hortons. It doesn't matter. I'm looking for Tim Hortons whenever we're in the Northeast because, as you all know, it's a Canadian company and all that kind of stuff. And their glazed donuts are my favorites. I mean, they are fantastic. I know most of you go for the coffee. I'm the idiot that goes for the glazed donut. So I bought a couple. I had to. I mean, you know, I'm putting in lots of steps, dude. And the good thing is, you know, Dougie Fresh, that a Tim Hortons donut never treats me like a Dairy Queen hot dog. Okay? So, and I figured in honor of Bitcoin, I got 2 Madrid hats, 2 for $15. It was like really cheap, you know, whatever. So I said, screw it, I'll buy 2. I didn't like this one that much, but I got it only because of the orange. And I figured, yeah, you know, I'm orange pilled. So I have the other one, and now I'm sporting this one. I sported the other one yesterday here in Madrid. Do you have donut? Of course I have. I have one left there, you know, but I'm going to have it after. You know, later on tonight when I'm relaxing, I can treat myself to another donut. You know what I'm saying? So who the hell would think that I would find a Tim Hortons donut here? I mean, they do have Pizza Hut and Burger King and McDonald's and Five Guys and, KFC. You know, they've got a lot of the store, you know, fast food joints that you like over there in the U.S. They have them here. They have a lot of them here, actually. So, I mean, it is what it is. So you won't miss some of that. But really, you got to go to, you know, some Spanish restaurants. That's what we got to do. I want to go to an Argentina restaurant to have a little parrilla, right? Is that what it's called, right? Yeah, looking forward to that. We'll see if we go to that Argentine restaurant later on this evening because it is 6:30 here. Now, the one thing you'll realize about I'm sure here, whether you're in any part of Spain, I'm sure it's all the same. But here in Madrid, like they start going on at 10. And everything is open late to eat. Everything. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. The streets are packed. People are walking all over the place. There is life everywhere in downtown Madrid. So yeah, people here, they party late. So that's one thing that, you know, sometimes you go to some places and later on in the evening, everything's closed. You know, that's a good thing here in Madrid. The food places and bars and all that, they're open late. It's actually really, really cool. Anyway, we're having a great time. Sean, you know, you can have a little fun. I should have told you this before, but if you pull up my Twitter feed, we could kind of show people some of the pictures and all that. In fact, do me a favor. Pull up the Twitter picture. It's just one picture, and it has Chop Robinson and something else. You know, it's promoting the game. It's a street sign that I took. I want you to pull that up so I can tell you a little story behind that one. You know, a little angle that you got to understand about what was on that billboard. Dougie says, as a Spanish speaker with Mexican roots, what have you found is a difference in Spanish from your dialect? Well, the way they pronounce their words, así, hombre, you know, that they have that I don't know what to call. Yeah, it's like I don't know. They add like a little sauce to the way they pronounce things. So, you know, this is considered the proper Spanish. Just like in England, it's considered that's the proper English, you know, the Queen's English. The one we speak is kind of screwed up compared to, you know, so the English supposedly speak the proper English language and the Spanish supposedly speak the proper Spanish language. I don't know, dude. I don't know how it goes, but yeah, it's a little different style, but that's my background, Basco. So my name is Alsuaray, so it comes from, like a lot of Cubans, there's no such thing as a Cuban. You're from Spain usually or some other place. You know what I mean? Just like there is no Americans. The Indians are the only Americans that were really here. Everybody else came and, and settled in, overall. So it's just one of those deals. But yeah, it's just a little different, you kind of get used to, and they talk fast too, not as fast as Mexicans. Mexicans do talk at 857 miles an hour. So that one's a little hard to keep up sometimes. But yeah, it's a little different, but it's fun, man. It's cool to be out here. And I want to also, personally thank a lot of the people that made it happen. Okay. Ray out there with R&M Contractors, one of the reasons why we're here. Ho Yoon, which by the way, thank you, Ho Yoon. I just saw on Venmo, you made another donation, and your extreme generosity along with Ray is one of the reasons why. And I know a lot of other people contributed along the way for us to be here. But, I want to thank some of the people that really contributed some big money and helped this whole thing happen. So we're going to have some fun. And by the way, we're going to be broadcasting on Sunday at the Irish Rover. It's 3 blocks from the stadium where the Dolphins and Washington play. Okay. I'll give you the address now in a second. I have the business card over there. I'll get it from my assistant producer that's here with me, AKA my wife. She'll hand me that off, and I'll give you the address. So if you are here in Madrid, we are going to be at Avenida de Brasil 7, and it's called the Irish Rover. And again, it's 3 blocks from the stadium. We're not going to do a pregame. We're only going to do a postgame. Okay, the place is super loaded in the pregame, and she really could not, kind of handle it. And for me personally, kind of glad I don't have to do the pregame, to be honest. I'm glad I want to do the postgame. The postgame is the one that really, matters. And this one, I kind of want to get to the stadium and all that kind of stuff. So pregame kind of gets in the way this time around. I don't mind doing the pregame, but in this trip, it actually works out better that I get to go to the stadium and I'll be able to take pictures and all that kind of stuff. So look at that picture there of Chop Robinson, fresh off concussion protocol to play. So just wondering, when you look at that picture, Sean, does anything go through your mind? Does any conclusion come to your mind when you look at that picture? No, right? Okay, that's why I'm here. I'll give you a little break here. Okay, so we just had the trading deadline. You just traded Jalen Phillips. Bradley Chubb was the other guy that you were possibly going to trade. You were never going to trade Chop Robinson. So when the Dolphins and the folks here decided, okay, what are we going to do to promote? Oh, hey, use Chop Robinson. Because this was decided a while back. And so a while back, you have to say, well, wait a minute, that's just after the trade deadline. And, we might be making some moves here. So they put Chop. It's interesting. Tua is over at the stadium, just so you'll know. They have the Tua picture. It's there also. I posted it also on Twitter. But I found it interesting that, Chubb's the one that's having the really good year out of the 3, overall. But then Phillips got traded, and then I saw Chubb there, and I go, they planned this several weeks ago. So they also thought, well, maybe we do a trade. So let's put Chop because that's the safe pick that we know he's going to be there. Tua will be the other one, and Chop will be the defender. The offensive player is Tua. The defensive player is Chop. But why Chop? Well, they weren't going to do Jalen Phillips, and they weren't going to do Chubb because there was a possibility of a trade with those guys, and they knew it. And so that's why it's Chop. So, interesting. Anyway, let's see, what else do we have on the chat board? Dolphin Dave is in. Cosa Nostra. That's right. Es el grande ocho desde España, Madrid. ¿Qué tal, amigos? Delfines. Suds is in the house. He landed today and his flight number was 1972. I like that. Brian Radke is in. Nikolai Roll. Big O, I am not at all. No doubt. Lenny Pena. I missed yesterday's show, but I'm here now. Que le va bien en España. Que viva los Dolphins y pa fuera Garfinkel. Well, what Lenny is talking about now, Tom Garfinkel broke some news yesterday, and it was disturbing news if you're a Miami Dolphins fan. And it kind of shows you, again, this is Stephen Ross, dude, a joke of an owner, a guy that really shouldn't own a team, but unfortunately we're stuck with his sorry ass. And so Tom Garfinkel breaks the news that they want to cut a deal. Here it is. Tom Garfinkel said that the Dolphins are interested in making an agreement with the stadium in one of their international markets to play there regularly, similar to the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. So you're going to give up a home game every year. Wow, man. Do you think Green Bay wants to give up a home game? Do you think the Steelers are going to give up a home game? Do you think the Seahawks, the stadium is named like, not the stadium name, but inside they call the fans the 12th man. Do you think in like legitimate cities where football is truly king and those franchises are constantly trying to win and they do a much better job than the Dolphins ever do in the last 30, 40 years, right? You think they're going to give up a game? No. Jaguars do it because their organization sucks. And the Dolphins organization sucks. So since you're a fucking clown show and you can't actually create a kind of team that people want to see badly, like the Florida Panthers or the Miami Heat with the Big Three and the Shaq Wade era and all that. So since you suck, since you're pathetic at what you do and you're only after money, let's schedule one of our home games in the international way and we'll make more money. And our fan base, they don't need it. They don't need all their home games because we're not that important. We're not that good. We don't have confidence in ourselves. Remember, we have a bunch of clowns that don't understand how football used to be back in the 70s and the 80s here. So they don't understand that if you actually created a monster, you would have to knock down the 4 screens and put more seats. And then put the screens on top of the roof. I don't know. Find something or put them on under the roof or something so we can see them. That's the kind of place it would become. But since you make a less sexy team all the time and you have no confidence in your ability to make a great team, this is your decision. It's interesting, isn't it? It's pathetic. And by the way, as I've been reminding you, the Dolphins are the Jets and the Browns. Places where they never support their quarterbacks, places that are clown shows, places that don't ever win. And the Jags are also a clown show. So now you want to do exactly what the clowns do. Let's give away a home game. Let's cut a deal internationally. Don't sell me this bullshit that they're committed to winning, because they're not. You're not. You're committed to making money. And that's what you do with that property. You put the F1 race, you put everything else on it So you're making that property an absolute bomb, and now you're going to eliminate one of your home games and make more money overseas. And sell your stupid dead whale overseas also. That's kind of what it is. All right, let's talk to the man that has to cover the dead whales on a daily basis. The one and only David Furones in our Welt and Realm Miami Dolphins report from Madrid.
All rise, football fans, as the Welt and Realm Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
So, Americano, did you open a cap already and tear it off going, hey, what the hell's wrong with this? And you tore it off, or did you leave it hanging like this?
Oh, man, perfect timing, because look at me right now with this mineral water.
Yeah, they all do it.
Yeah.
They all do it. But I did already. I did tear it off my first pot of water. I thought it was like stuck or something, and I tore it off. And then I didn't realize that here they actually do something really smart with the bottle cap, actually. So it's actually smart because you don't lose it, and it's not like you're littering two things, that you throw the cap in one place and you throw the bottle somewhere else. So it's all together. So I kind of smart, actually. They should do that in America. That makes a lot of sense, that little thing.
There's so many things we can pick up on. So I mean, you don't lose your bottle cap just walking around. So I mean, if you lose it early on in your drink, you might be walking around for like an hour without being able to top it off. And then, picking up on a lot of other different things that I enjoy about the Spanish culture. The way they speak Spanish as opposed to Miami Spanglish.
Pues sí, hombre. Pues sí, es gallego. Es seguro. Sí. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a trip.
Con Orlando Alzugaray.
Alzugaray, sí. Yeah. Soy vasco, chico. Yo soy vasco. La gente mía son de las montañas. That's what it is. That's the Basco. The Basco people are from the mountains, supposedly. That's what it is. So
mi familia de Salamanca.
There you go. See. Yeah. So and by the way, did you notice that they have 2 levels of underground tunnels under the city?
I have not gone under. So
2 levels. We only went to the second. There's a third. So
that's another thing I noticed, though.
That's how 7 million people, like egress in this damn place, dude. 7 million, bro.
Yeah, I did notice elevators. Since there is elevation around here, it's not, it's 0 for ground floor, and then there is like a -1 on the elevator, or a negative. Like, for example, at the facility where the Dolphins are practicing, which is Estadio Metropolitano of Atletico Madrid, their elevator in the facilities where we're working, they have the interview room on 0, the ground floor where we enter, and they have a media workroom on -3. So you go down. Yeah, so it goes down from where you enter. So, as opposed to just the lowest one being 0 and then everything working up. So it's interesting in that regard too. Just different things you pick up being in another country.
Yeah, and the architecture here is just ridiculous, bro.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Although I will say, what's it called? The Plaza? What is it? Gran Plaza or whatever?
Plaza Mayor?
Plaza Mayor. Not that impressive.
Okay.
You went to it, right?
So the first night I got in, I got in Tuesday morning, but try to get some work stuff figured out. Take a little nap. By the time I actually got out, it was already sunset hour. It was already dark out by the time I walked my way over to Plaza Mayor, and so it was dark out. I saw they were, working on some.
The Christmas tree and all that other stuff. And all that.
Yeah, right. They're working on stuff. So it was kind of like incomplete when I saw it. It wasn't lit yet. I don't know if it is now. So
no, it's not. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah.
They won't light it up till November 22nd. That's when they light up all the trees that you're seeing that they're putting together all throughout the city, and they're putting all the Christmas stuff all over the place and all that kind of stuff. So he's talking about, but the whole place is super impressive. Plaza Mayor is probably the least impressive one out of it. And the other thing also, it's actually smaller than what I thought. When I saw it in pictures, it looked like it was like, much wider and bigger. And then when I stepped in, it was like, and you go during the day, it's kind of dirty. Everything else is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Plaza Mayor, I was like, wow, this is the only thing unimpressed. But this is the only thing, dude. And don't eat there, by the way. Don't eat there. Don't eat in those. It's a tourist trap.
Okay. Good to know. I ate, several blocks away. I was working my way over there. So yeah, I mean, you're
a big shot. You went to La Gran Via and you were eating in some place right across from Rolex or some shit. You probably bought a Rolex after that too. That's what you did. I get it. I get it. A salary you're on it in the Sunset. Yeah.
Although I probably should make some expensive purchase, given that this is a work trip for me. So how much I'm saving on just having it expensed by the company, I should at least put something forward for some memorabilia. But I hear you're debating to or calling for Plaza Mayor to be downgraded to Plaza Menor.
Yes, Plaza Menor, no Plaza Mayor. Plaza Menor, yeah. It's that's the only thing that I was not impressed with. Everything else, God, La Gran Via is just ridiculous, bro. And the I don't know, from the building of agriculture to the Prado Museum to the park. We're gonna go to the park tomorrow to go try to walk some of it, not all of it, because that thing is ginormous. But I'm dying to see the park too. We drove around it today several times because we took a couple of tours and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it's a fun place. All right, so let's first get to the bad news, and it's kind of sad, to be quite honest, that Garfinkel announced that the Dolphins are trying to cut a deal like the Jags, where they're going to give away a home game now every year. And that sucks because that kind of, in a way, you're almost giving up on being a great team and taking advantage, because the Packers are never going to do that. You know what I'm saying? The Steelers are never going to do that. The Seahawks are never going to do that. There are teams all across. The Dallas Cowboys are not going to give away a home game. Okay? They got 100,000 people always in that building. And so it's it's cheesy to do something like this now. And it's sad, dude, because I'm old enough to remember the 70s and the 80s. And David, football was monster, bro. Monster. You couldn't get enough people in the damn building constantly. It was a whole different vibe. And, we're seeing it now with the Panthers. And it's kind of a shame. So I'm just wondering your thoughts on the Dolphins trying to make this commitment.
Yeah, as soon as I read that in that great story, great interview that ESPN's Kaylin Collar had with Tom Garfinkel, I immediately thought about the local fans who have to be seeing this and thinking, what about us? What about the ones who are loyal to you? From their perspective, they got to take it as, okay, the Dolphins saying, we know we got you, and we know you're going to be right back here, and we know that you're going to keep buying season tickets, but we're going to keep trying to expand the business side of it to make more money on our end, and it'll be at your expense, at your it'll lessen the product that you have available to you by one regular season game every other year, maybe possibly expanding to most seasons. Yeah, right. Because right now they're on an every other year track. 2023, it was actually a road game that they lost, which was uncommon because we know most of the Dolphins' international games were a home game taken away. One time, even a divisional game against the Jets. But I think about the local fans and how, you're not going to be getting those years where you have the 9 regular season games, getting the most of your money's worth from your season ticket package. we understand the branding that the Dolphins want to do. Yes, become the team of the Spanish-speaking world. That's something to aspire to, especially being the team coming out of Miami, where there's such a Spanish-speaking population. But every single turn, the local fans have something taken away from them. If it's a home game that's going internationally, more often than not now, it was parking because, they got a racetrack, they got the Miami Open. These are all grand projects that the Dolphins are doing, but it comes at the expense of the loyal Dolphins fan base that is right there for the organization. So I can understand, some of the diehards being upset when they read that.
Yeah, to me, it's sad because it shows me that you have no confidence in yourself as an organization to be great. And so let's just go for the money. And for people that are wondering if Stephen Ross will ever sell, they'll never sell. His family will run it. Why would you ever sell a cash cow like this? It's stupid as something. Nobody in the NFL has a property like the Dolphins, where it's a stadium and an F1 race and is there. I mean, who the hell else shares it with the top 25 college football team? And then you start throwing in the concerts and the festivals and the tennis tournament. Oh my God, dude. I mean, you're producing an incredible amount of money year round in that place. So it's just really a money-making thing. It's not that that winning is the priority. When you tell me that, I can't believe that. It's hard for me to believe this.
Yeah. It kind of falls on deaf ears when they say, yes, we are trying to win and we are trying to bring postseason success because, yeah, if you're a Dolphins fan that doesn't care about all that other stuff, you are a fan of the Dolphins because of the football product and, maybe you'll buy a ticket to the F1 Miami and go check it out because you kind of dabble in that too, or you dabble in tennis a little bit. So you'll go check it out on the Hard Rock Stadium grounds, or you are a crossover University of Miami and Dolphins fan, then sure, you'll be spending weekends at Hard Rock Stadium doing the back-to-back of a Saturday Canes game and a Sunday Dolphins game. But you're not seeing the same level of commitment to bring in the first playoff win in 25 years that you want to see when their priorities seem to be with continuing to grow this product, this sphere that they have of everything that is now the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah. And listen, if you're going to make a home, Madrid's a great home. I mean, this is a pretty cool place to be at. I mean, it's a fantastic city. The people are really nice. It's a great place. There's no doubt about it. But it has nothing to do with Madrid or London or whatever, Germany, whatever it is. It has nothing to do with that, dude. This is your team. It's not like Real Madrid is going to give up a home game over and put it in Miami. They would never do that. You know what I'm saying? Atletico Madrid is not going to give up a home game and put it in Miami. So why the hell should we give up a game? And, if you want to give up a game, make it a road game, but you're going to give up a home game now. And this is where I think we're getting to that point where you're about to push the fan completely away. That's all I'm saying. Unless you have some miracle turnaround and start winning, okay, I think Miami fans, will start turning away from this product because at one point or another, you're going to see it's really not about winning. It's only about making money. And so I think we're starting to get to that point. They'll have their international fans, they'll have the visiting fans that will take the seats, but I think you're starting to push that fan over the edge with this. I really do.
I don't know. I don't know if you ever will, because this is the NFL. If there's one franchise in South Florida that is always consistently drawing and has loyal following, it's the Dolphins. I mean, even the Heat when they're down. I mean, I think the big three Heat sort of established something that will remain consistent. I think probably maybe we have to see sort of years down the road what happens with the Florida Panthers, but back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. Maybe there's a possibility, some potential of a loyal following even during.
Here's what I'm going to give you. You're right to a certain extent. But why I think it's going to start to go the other way, the Dolphins have been carried by an old fan base, not a new fan base.
Yeah.
The old fans are the ones that buy all the suites and all the tickets and everything else. Yeah, you got your section of younger fans, but they don't outnumber the old fans, dude. They just don't. And you're going to start pissing off old fans because you're not winning. And now you're going to give up a home game. You get the logo. I mean, it's one thing after another, and they're dying. Because I'm nearly 60. So I'm just saying, you're turning a corner now. I know the NFL is Teflon. I know the Dolphins have been Teflon for a while, but I think it's because that older loyal fan base has stuck there and has brought their kids and has bought the tickets and all that kind of stuff. But I think in the next 5 to 10 years, it'll start to change and it'll be even more transitory than it's ever been because of this. Because unless you start winning, I think you got to start producing substance, bro. And they never produce any substance. That's the part that sucks.
That's the thing. The older loyal fan base has already stuck through the past 25 years. So I feel like from their perspectives, you're looking at it like I'm saying the Dolphins brass. They're looking at it like we got them. Like no matter what we do, they're going to keep coming. And maybe it does turn at some point, but that's why they're focused on the expansion and bringing in all the extra fans that they can from elsewhere, because. Like how every report on Mike McDaniel's speculation over his job status, what was the caveat that all the national insiders were throwing in is, well, if people stop showing up and if people stop buying tickets, but that's just at the end of the day not going to happen. They'll still show up, but they'll fly a banner over claiming what they want, what they desire to see the team do in action, but still showing up. And maybe there's some empty seats here and there, some extra patches that are popping up, but ultimately it is still the NFL. But I do hear you on if that older fan base starts to die off now, how much of a younger fan base do the Dolphins really have? Who none of these younger fans have ever seen success from this team.
Ever.
Success. Maybe like a random year or like the 22 and 23, they make a playoff appearance. 23, they showed promise, but blew a 3-game lead with 5 weeks remaining against the Bills. So that's the best.
Bro, do you know how many Dolphin fans are just Dolphin fans because of number 13?
Right.
Just him, dude.
Right.
Just him. He's the reason why they became Dolphin fans. And you've never given them anything close to that ever again. I'm just telling you, it gets to a point where you abuse people too long and then they're going to respond. And at least that's kind of what I'm reading from people and their reactions on my DM or on Twitter or whatever. It's not good, dude. It's not good. Lots of people are unhappy. And I get it. The win this past week kind of, I got some people think, oh, they're going to make a run now and they're going to win them all. And they'll bring back Mike McDaniel. It's like, yo, slow down, bro. It was just a win. It's a great win, but,
it was a great win.
Great win, but let's relax.
It was a great win. And you got a soft run of teams here where they could get to 6-7, 6-7. So that's what all the kids are doing, Big O. Sorry.
Yeah. That was, what was it yesterday that they hit 67? Oh, it was a basketball game. They somebody hit a basket and it was 67 points, and all the kids started like this. They started going crazy with the 6-7 stuff. So yeah. All right. So what do we know about Chubb?
Really, exactly what you know is that he popped up on the injury report. This is after we're watching practice. It clearly something that popped up today. Don't know the extent of it, but he is questionable for the game. So it's a tough deal to really speculate on. Something that it's a media viewing session that is early portion of practice. You leave, everyone's fine. Bradley Chubb sustains this injury that pops up on the report, and now he is questionable for Sunday. So it really might be a kind of a Sunday morning find out if he can go or can't.
what did you see from his limitations in practice? Were you able to? No,
because it had to happen.
It's only stretching.
After it had to happen after the viewing portion of practice, which is a stretch, some individual drills, a special teams period. Granted, also today we had an interview. The local media that traveled to Spain, we had an interview with interim GM Champ Kelly, which spilled over into some of the practice. So so practice viewing was even more so limited this time, since we had to prioritize that. But that's just a development that came up today, and we'll see with Chop Robinson though coming back. So maybe if it's Chop on one side, it could be like the Judon Willie Gay rotation with some Cameron Good or Quentin Bell if he's brought back in from the practice squad. All those guys sort of mixing in, same as they did on the other side of Chubb, with Chop out with concussion last game and Jalen Phillips traded by then.
So what's the highlight in the Champ Kelly press conference?
Man, so much. So first, you really get a sense of what the opportunity means to him. I brought it up to him, like, what has it been a whirlwind to get thrown into interim GM right before a trade deadline? And he said, no, not a whirlwind opportunity. And he takes everything. He's very humble. Had a tough upbringing where he told us about how his father was a drug dealer, mother was a drug addict. His grandmother mostly raised him in a small town in North Florida, right up on the Florida-Alabama border over there near Pensacola. And how everyone there works. So that's his mindset. Is just, he's not looking toward, is this an audition for me? He's trying to do the best he can with this opportunity. And he also talked about some of what happened at the trade deadline. Obviously, it's asked what the Bills deal was for Jalen Waddle. He actually said, hey, not everything that goes out in the media is factual. So he didn't want to get into specifics on what deals, but he said they had their vision of what they wanted in return for players at the deadline. And if a team was willing to pay it, that player was indeed dealt. So that would mean Jalen Phillips. And he's saying that no team met the price they wanted on Jalen Waddle. He did leave the caveat that AFC East rivalry, a division rival could maybe tilt the scale a little bit as far as asking price. So there was that, and it's just so much. He really can identify with players because as there's a change in regime here, and he's in a way auditioning to shed the interim label and keep this job permanently. He identifies with players that now they're all battling for a spot down the road because there's going to be new roster management, whether it's him, whether it's someone else. So he really assimilates with the players and what they're going through because he's doing the same thing. And I think he really will command the respect of a room. Like when you hear him speak, you are locked in. So that's something he has sort of like a coach vibe to him in the GM role. So pretty unique about how you can view him in that setting.
All right, good stuff. I actually like the Dolphins this week. I think they're the better team right now. They're playing better. Question is, will Mike McDaniel play the game he played against the Bills and the Falcons, or will he be stupid and do what he did against the Ravens? That's what we don't know. And that's where, can you do it 2 weeks in a row? Actually call a hell of a game and call the right game. Call the responsible game that, by the way, gets your team going. Really. The only way your team plays well is by playing that way when you're dedicated to the running game.
Yeah, I think he has to. I think you have to feed Achane in this game. Maybe Ollie Gordon with that ankle injury, another week removed from it. Maybe he can take on a little bit more. Achane put on a show last week. I think the NFL had Jonathan Taylor put up that humongous performance in Germany. Let Achane go off in Spain. Let the international audience see what kind of a blazer he is. I would be excited to have the Devon Achane show on a global stage on Sunday morning in the States. So I really hope he does. And I think it'll pay off immensely, especially the Commanders. Without Daron Payne, defensive tackle, former Pro Bowler, who a couple times Pro Bowler, suspended one game for punching Amon-Ra St. Brown of the Lions last week. So without him in there, I asked Aaron Brewer about not having to face him, and he was like, "Man, amazing." Like he said, I went against him earlier in my career, and in different words, he said, "Yeah, he was kicking my ass." So I'm glad I don't have to see him. So he was very truthful and straightforward. So hey, if he's out of there, then I say, yeah, just pound it down the Commanders' defense.
I'm looking forward to seeing what the Dolphin defense does because Mr. Weaver has done an outstanding job turning that defense around and figuring it out. So it'd be fun to see. And plus, Mariota runs a lot. I'm not afraid of him passing. Maybe you could turn him over once or twice in this game too. Just don't let him run because that's what he's going to want to do. He's going to want to run. That's where he's going to make a big impact, if any impact he's going to make, on the field. All right, what's the prediction?
Yeah, and on that front, at least the Dolphins don't have to veer too far away from what they've already been doing. Josh Allen last week, Lamar Jackson the game before. So while Lamar Jackson lit him up, he didn't really run for that much. Neither did Josh Allen. So they have been sound in that regard. So ultimately, I do have the Dolphins winning a 24-16. I feel like the Washington isn't going to put up that many points. I do like the Dolphins defense staying hot, especially after shutting out the Bills for 3 quarters and a dominant 30-13 win against Buffalo. Yeah, I like the Dolphins to come away with a nice 8-point win, neutral site after traveling a whole lot. Maybe they score a little bit more, but I do like the defense to spearhead this effort.
By the way, you see the promotions out on the streets with Chop Robinson on it?
Yeah, of course.
Why do you think they put Chop?
Yeah, it's so interesting. I've been trying to theorize on that.
I got it for you.
Okay.
The trading deadline was the week before. They knew when they talked to him about this, they said, no, we'll use 2 on offense, use Chop because he's definitely not going to get traded. Let's not put Phillips or Chubb on there because they could be options. So that's why Chubb was on that billboard because when they talked about this weeks ago, they were like, well, let's put Chop because that's safe. And think about it, Chop was on a concussion protocol. He just cleared now. So it had nothing to do with doing it now. That was done a couple of weeks ago. And why? Because Chop is not the one having the better year. It's Chubb. So it's kind of interesting that would be, you know what I'm saying? So that's really what it was all about, why Chop was on there. That's it.
Yeah, that makes the most sense to me. I was thinking about because I went back before I traveled. I was like, let me look back at all the promotional stuff from the off season and how they branded things. I remember it was off season. Remember, Tyreek Hill was kind of on the outs with how he had the locker room blow up. So you weren't seeing Tyreek on a lot of stuff, even though, he would be someone to market for his athletic abilities on the field. But yeah, you weren't seeing him. And I feel like, right, you would have seen Achane or something like those are fun, but he was also in some potential trade conversations. A lot of teams interested in him. So I'm with you. The trade deadline speculation has to be the biggest thing, especially the Dolphins. He was a first round pick in 2024, second year, and they were not going to get the asking price for him from any team because his stock wasn't that high as someone who hasn't been starting, hasn't really had that many snaps. Now we should see a snap count uptick with Jalen Phillips gone and him now cleared through concussion protocol. But yeah, you hadn't seen that yet. So there was no way any team was going to offer what the Dolphins would have liked.
And the screwed up part is the only defender that should be on there is Jordan Brooks, baby. That's the guy that's been the best from beginning to end. Period. End of story. No more discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah, and I don't think he was really in like he's a core player for the Dolphins as far as the leadership he brings.
Yeah.
Like, right, it is invaluable, those intangibles that he also brings in on top of the player he is. So I think, yeah, if as long as you have him on board, then yes, you want him to be a guy in that locker room, whether it is a rebuild, whether it is all right, like soft, let's try to win, see what we got type of thing, and then go one way or another. So yeah, he's a guy that you want. He's a rock. He's solid.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, follow him on Twitter at David Furones _, and make sure you catch his work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel as he's here live in Madrid with us. David, as always, thank you, my brother. We'll catch you on. Are you going to come over to the Irish Rover? We're 3 blocks from the stadium for post game.
Okay, post game. Now
we'll probably have to do it on StreamYard anyways because you got to write. So.
Yeah, but you know what? It is a morning game, so I don't have because I'll have like an early version of right at the buzzer what happened in the game. I'll have like a pregame, story. So I don't have the deadline pressure of having to send it in for print like at a certain time. So, but the only thing is I'm usually like right after.
Yeah, dude, and the crowd and all that. It's just, yeah, dude, we'll do it on StreamYard. We'll do it on StreamYard.
And I'll find a good spot there with.
Plus, you're at the stadium, which is actually a cool thing. So it'll actually look better than you being at the stadium. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be cool. And it'll be too much of a hassle for you to walk over. But for all of you out there post game, and you're here in town, come on over to the Irish Rover, 3 blocks from Bernabeu Stadium. Bernabeu Stadium. There you go. Follow him on Twitter at David Furones _ and catch his work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. David, as always, thank you, my brother. Be good.
Yes, sir. Muchas gracias. Buenas noches.
You got it. And we thank, of course, our friends at Welt and Rayom, Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom. Bookend tackles, baby. They know how to get it done. And if you're unfortunately dealing with bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury, call my guy, Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom. They are absolute bulldogs, man. 954-966-4646.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Don't forget, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And Ho Yoon, I see, he put, que tengas un lindo día. Thank you, Ho Yoon. I appreciate you immensely. The great Hateful Steve with a sweet Venmo here. He says, have a drink on me, oh. Let us know what the prices are like in the stadium for food and alcohol. I'm curious to see what it compares to here. Okay, and I would tell you that, and I think you'd back me up on this, on stuff that you're buying normally every day, it's a little cheaper here. Isn't it? It's a little cheaper here. Cokes or food or whatever, your groceries or what, it's actually a little cheaper here than it is there. But I'll tell you when we get to the stadium also. And Hateful Steve also says in a second Venmo, thank you, sir. He says, isn't it so Dolphins for people to be discussing how we could turn the season around only because we're playing a stretch of really bad injury-riddled teams, not because we're really good. Exactly. Which is silly. All right. You see Hialeah Park right there, baby. You can use that QR code. Get in there. Use that sports app, and you can lay some bets tonight. You got the Heat and the Knicks going on. You got on Saturday the Canes and NC State. On Sunday, we've got the Dolphins in Washington. In 2 weeks, we've got Inter Miami in the semifinals to try to get to the MLS Cup Finals against Cincinnati. A lot of reasons to use that Hialeah app. And there he is, the one and only Steve Calabro, baby, because we've got the Wise Guy picks. And the Wise Guy is 9-.
That was a hell of a high noon. In Madrid, is there a different high noon? Something lost in translation?
Well, we're at 7:20 right now in Madrid, so we're 6 hours ahead of you, bro. So yeah, we passed high noon a while back. But hey, listen, who's riding high is the wise guy, who's 9-3 in the last 4 weeks.
Unbelievable. He's hot. He's hot, and I got his picks, and he's a little bit cocky, right? I tell you, he's like, he's pushing back. I'm giving him a little grief about a pick or two, and he's feeling it. So I'll go right into it.
Let's do it.
He likes this one's this one. I don't know, but Vikings -2.5 over the Bears. It's a tough game. I think the Viking coach is one of the best coaches in the league. I think the Vikings, I just don't like to bet them because they're not really dependable. But I don't like the Bears either, personally. I'm not a Bears guy. I'm not a Khalid Williams guy. I never liked Chicago, even when Buddy Ryan. Maybe it goes back to Buddy Ryan when he was there. So
I don't believe in their quarterback, but they do have a decent defense. It is in Minnesota, isn't the game? I think
it's in Minnesota. It's in Minnesota.
Yeah, so I think that's what he's going with. The home team getting 3 points, win by a field goal. They should win the game, but the question is, the quarterback there in Minnesota at this point in time. So yeah, that's the problem right now.
Now the next one I think is a hard pick, right? Because it's basically the Falcons -3.5 over the Panthers. I don't know which Falcons team shows up. I mean, sometimes the Falcons are good. They do have a great defense, particularly the passing defense. So Bryce Young's not going to be able to do anything. But I don't know. That's a tough one.
Carolina won 30-0 the last time those two met.
I know. I think this is a crazy pick. This was the one we had a little bit of a beat, but he's a Jersey guy. He's a Jersey wise guy. I didn't want to. I know that you're international, Big O. You're international. Big O's international. You're in Madrid. I guess you're taking the Jersey wise guy to that international level when you bring it to Madrid, right? It's just so. See, they might get confused in Europe. They're going to get confused because Jersey. See, the wise guy is from New Jersey in the United States. Jersey in England. See, the original place that Jersey got its name from is in England. So I don't want the Europeans to get all confused, but they don't quite understand. Maybe they'll understand wise guy part of it. But at any rate, you're taking them international. You got to explain that to your viewers, your international viewers. And then the third pick he's got the Chiefs over the Broncos. Now it's in Denver. The game's in Denver. Denver's getting 3.5, which is strange. That's a tough pick too. But I'm going to bet him all because he's 9-3, and I've been going with him for the last 5 weeks. So
we have no choice. Yeah, we got to go with
it. I don't know if I'm going to increase my wager. Maybe on one of them.
I like the Chiefs pick because I think Bo Nix is overrated. I think they win almost in spite of him at times. The defense is really, really good, but so is the Chiefs. And I expect the Chiefs defense to turn over Bo Nix a hell of a lot more than I expect the Denver defense to turn over Mahomes. So I'm good. I'm good with that. I like that pick. The one that is kind of questionable is the Atlanta one because they're so schizophrenic. So I'm with you on that one. I like the Vikings pick. I like the Chiefs pick. The Atlanta pick is a little, but he's 9-3, so we got to go with it.
Listen, and I like, this is a Steve Calabro pick, not a Jersey.
By the way, I'm not saying that I would take the Panthers in this bet.
No,
okay? I'm just saying, it's kind of tough. That's all. I
happen to like the under in the Chiefs and Bronco game.
What's the number?
45.
Okay.
I like that. I like the under. That's just I'm going to do the Jersey wise guy bets, his picks. I'm going to bet them, but I might bet the under also. He has a bonus pick. I guess he's getting really.
Bonus does not go with these three. It's just your choice if you want to go with it.
Yeah.
The bonus does not count on the record, just so you'll know. Okay.
I think
he's like 500 with the bonus.
Yeah, he really and this bonus.
He's not doing great with the bonus. Okay, so we call it like we see it. Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you, I don't know if you're going to like this bonus one. I can't remember. I don't know where they're home, but he likes the Bills to bounce back. They're -5.5 over the Bucks. -5.5 over the Bucks. So
I do not like that pick at all.
It's in Buffalo.
I don't care. Buffalo doesn't have a defense. They don't have a great defense.
Baker Mayfield's a decent quarterback, right?
And know that offense is decent. So I like the Bucks plus 5.5 in that game. I can see the Bills winning, but not by 5.5.
Yeah.
No.
I think Baker's
I'm not a fan of the bonus pick at all, by the way.
But I think you tell you, Baker Mayfield, he keeps you in any game and as many games as you want. In terms of as a quarterback, as a fan.
And they got a defense. Tampa can play defense.
Yeah,
Tampa can run the ball, and so they got weapons. They're super balanced. So it's a really good team.
I'm going with the Jersey Wise guy. I'm going Vikings. I'm going Falcons. I know it's a little crazy. I'm going Chiefs.
9-3.
But I'm going to go the under too. I think the under in Denver might be interesting. I hope it has maybe there's a snowstorm too comes up in the next couple of days. But who knows? But at any rate, Madrid's good.
Oh, Madrid is phenomenal, dude. I mean, I'll send you some pictures. But Madrid, are you on? Because I brought a backup phone, so I didn't bring your phone. Are you on WhatsApp?
Yeah, sure am.
Okay, all right. So I'll find you on WhatsApp and I'll send you some pics.
By all means.
The place is amazing. The food is great. The people are awesome. It's a beautiful city. Just man, the architecture is crazy in this place, dude. Crazy.
No,
just the history.
Spain, it's got some nice things. Not just Madrid. Madrid's beautiful, but so is Barcelona, and so is a couple other places. It's nice. It's really nice setup.
We're going to go to Toledo on Monday. We're going to go to Toledo. That used to be the capital. Madrid is the capital. How far is that
from Madrid?
But Toledo it's like an hour and 20-minute train ride or something. Fast trains.
Yeah, fast train. Yeah, cool. Very cool. But look, say hello to everybody there in the Finns world. Say hello to your wife and enjoy your time after the game. And let's keep our fingers crossed for the Jersey Wise guy.
You got it, my brother. And we will catch up next week, later on in the week.
We'll see you next week. Adios.
You got it, my friend. Be
Bye.
good. There you go. The great Jersey guys picks by the one and only Steve Calabro. Vikings -2.5 versus the Bears. Atlanta -3.5 versus the Panthers. And the Chiefs -3.5 versus the Broncos. Okay? Those are the picks. The bonus pick, remember, it doesn't go with it. He's just like throwing it out there. And he hasn't done great on the bonus picks. So be careful on that one. I don't like the bonus pick, personally, for me. Venmo, Alberto Larios. Thank you, sir, for the Venmo. Appreciate you. He says, see you on Sunday after the game. Ole! Thank you, sir. We shall see you at the Irish Rover. Brian Radke, thank you for the love on Cash App, sir. He says, thanks for the content. Enjoy Madrid. By the way, Sean, pull up some pictures, man, from my Twitter feed so people can see some of the pictures and the architecture while we're talking, and they can check it out. True Fin Fan, thank you for the love on Cash App, sir. 26-7 Miami. McAnus still sucks. I would agree with that, True Fin Fan. 100%. True Fin Fan with another Cash App. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for the love. Do you fear overusing HN? Oh, man, I always have. You guys know that. True Fin Fan, you listen all the time. I was worried about it last year when they were overusing. So I do worry. The good thing is this moron now is using Ollie and using Jay Wright. Like the other day when he put Jay Wright inactive and only kept those two against the Ravens. Just like, can you be any more dumb? So, yeah, I worry about overusing HN. Hell yeah, I worry about that. Definitely, he's not a big guy. By the way, I forgot to mention, what's it called? When I was on yesterday, True Fin Fan, you're tuning in right now. Thank you for yesterday. You also sent in a Cash App, and I forgot to read yesterday. Robert Cow also on Venmo saying enjoy Spain. Thank you, sir, because I know I did a really short show yesterday, and I was kind of, I was still kind of recovering. Today I kind of slept a lot better and everything else, but yeah, I was tired, man, yesterday. I was tired. That trip took a lot out of me, and then having to wait more hours with the luggage till we could get into the Airbnb, it was rough, man. It was rough, I gotta say. Let's see, what else do we have going on? By the way, R&M Contractors, look at that. That's the stadium there, pictures there of the stadium. While we show you pictures of Madrid, let me tell you about R&M Contractors, Ray and Mike, and one of the reasons why we're here, and we appreciate They're amazing support, and they support all of our crypto segments. So if you live in Dade or Broward County and you need a complete remodel, kitchen upgrades with appliances, waterproofing your terrace, your balcony, whether you own a condo or maybe a second floor in your home, and the flood test is so important because that way the water doesn't go to your neighbors or your first floor or anything, depending on what situation you're in. Impact windows and door installations. In Florida, we need that badly, of course. Floor restorations, maintenance, stucco repairs, they do it all. And if you want to see how excellent their work is, because Ray and Mike just do it at another level, go to Instagram at RMC Fisher Island and go check out the work at RMC Fisher Island and call them 305-345-3649 for R&M contractors, man. Ray's amazing people. Amazing people. All right. And there you go. Keep showing some of the pictures from Madrid. That's the stadium, by the way, where they're going to play. And that's where Real Madrid plays, obviously. That's their home stadium. So that's where they're practicing in the stadium for Atletico Madrid, but they're going to play the game in this one. Okay? So there you go. All right. And he'll put up, there's a whole bunch of other pictures that he'll put up while we're talking. What else do we have here on the chat board? Jamie Zorria, good afternoon to you, sir. Good morning to you still, I guess, right? He says, I hope you're having a great time in Madrid. Remember to smash a like button, people. That's right, baby. Please hit that like button. Sweet baby Ray, saludos Orlando. Say hi to your wife, and glad to hear you guys are enjoying the trip. Have fun and safe travels. Thank you. She's hearing it because she's right there. Frankie says, well, La Liga wants to make one soccer game from La Liga to be played here in Miami. I know it got canceled, but they're going to try again. Yeah, but that's just one game out of the entire league. That's not like a team giving up a home game every year, dude. That's apples and oranges. Let's see. George Albanese, Big O, he says, stuck with them for 25 years. You can almost double that with me. However, I've taken a big step back, just as you have done. Just tired of the bullshit, long overdue. And I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you at all. Jeff in Long Island is in the house. 23 best Dolphin moments for him is Miami Miracle. Oh, that your son's 23 years old and his best moment is the Miami Miracle. Yeah, it's terrible. That's terrible. That's just, it's not a moment. The Miami Miracle is not a highlight. It's a low light in our it's a meaningless game. It's a stupid game. A silly highlight in that game. And that becomes a memory. Accomplished nothing. It's sad that's how bad of a franchise we are. People have to remember the receiver catching a pass and avoiding 0-16. Like, that's our freaking highlight. It's terrible. It's just bad. Let's see. Us fans that have been around for 30 to 40 years are just tired of it. We've been like the abused wife that keeps going back to her husband after getting the crap knocked out of her on a regular basis. Not the best analogy, but yeah, I get it. And by the way, if you need mufflers here in Madrid, they have Midas. I mean, if they have Tim Hortons Donuts, why aren't they going to have Midas? Bro, Tim Horton is here in Madrid. Wow. So good to have a glazed donut from there. So good. Let's see. I'm 62 and one of the old fans. I've been a Dolphin fan before they won the Super Bowl 7 and 8. I've lived in Florida when the Dolphins were the only pro teams. Stephen Ross makes me sick. Yeah. Dolphin Dave says Stephen Ross just needs to get the right people to run the football team. He will spend the money. Go Dolphins. Yeah, but, you know. And that was I don't know, can you play that video? These were street musicians in La Villa Grande. Or La Gran Via. See, that's the difference. In Miami, it's a bum that's got torn clothes all over the place, and he's got 4 tin cans, and he's like, and you know, you're dropping a couple of bucks there. These people bring out like legit musicians to be in the street. A mini opera on the side there, right on the sidewalk. So you see, they do it a little different there. Just a little different. Lou from Dade says, Irish Rover looks like a great double-decker bar. It is. It's 2 floors. It's deep. And, oh, by the way, great menu and a great vibe in the place, man. It is really, really nice. Really nice. So if you're in town, it's 3 blocks from the stadium. So it's a short walk over. So when the game is over, come on over, man. Say hi. Would love to meet you. Those of you that have supported the show over the years or watched it or whatever, would love to meet you guys out there. So please come on by on Sunday at the Irish Rover. It's going to be a lot of fun. Avenida de Brasil 7. Avenida de Brasil 7. Avenue de Brazil 7. Just in case if I got to translate it. Let's see. Good afternoon, Oscar. James Tallman says, Ross steals money from the fans at the concession stands. Outrageous. Yeah, they are pretty ridiculous. What are the size and price of the beers at the stadium? Those beers in Berlin look huge on TV last week. Howard, I have no idea. On Sunday, I'll do some research for you guys on that and have some fun. I'll get there early to the game and try to do some research for you guys on that. Okay? I just hope it's not a raining game, because I really don't want to sit in the rain. I don't want to get wet at all. To be quite, it's cold, dude. I don't want to get wet. It's cold. I believe Sean loves the apple turnover from Tim Hortons. You got it. I'll bring you one from Spain, Sean. Okay? All right. And by the way, good memory, Oscar, that Sean was a big lover of that, the apple fritter. Oh, yeah. He loved that shit from Tim Hortons. What else? Ray Grouillon says they sounded good. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, you were legit, bro. Legit. Absolutely legit. If you go to my Twitter feed, you'll see all these pictures, and you can steal them and do whatever you want with them and all that kind of stuff. Again, the architecture is just absolutely awesome. And I was blessed that I was able to, capture some pretty good, that's a pretty cool pic right there of that building. When you enlarge it and you get to look at it, it's like, it's really, really cool. Again, just at another level here. And it's just, it's impressive. Ocala Joe, it says, all they need to complete your day would be a Chick-fil-A. That is true. I have not seen a Chick-fil-A here, but almost everything else is here, So we'll see. Angel Zuniga, thank you, sir, for the love on Venmo. He says, Big O, thank you for keeping us entertained throughout these miserable seasons with the Fins. Here's a little something so you can enjoy a nice meal with the wifey. Thank you, Angel. That is very kind and very generous of you, my friend. I appreciate you immensely. It's very kind. I mean, it's the reason why we're here, man, because we got great sponsors like Moody's Dental, like Hialeah Park, like Acura Pembroke Pines. And then we've got people like you all out there that got generosity. And this is why, a lot of people would tell me, oh, go to a pay-per site only. And I'm like, no, dude, no, I don't want to do that. Because then you're forcing people to give you money every month. I'd rather people give you money or make a donation to the show out of the kindness of their heart. That to me means a lot more to me than, you got to subscribe to watch or whatever and all that, like they do on, what's that site we were going to do? But I didn't want to do it after that you only pay to get the information and all that. Patreon and all that. I just didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that because I'd rather people be generous with their hearts instead. And that makes me feel a lot better. I'm providing a service. Sean is providing a service. And then you guys can show your appreciation on it. And obviously we got incredible sponsors like the Big Cheese and like Caneswear and all that. By the way, there's the Irish Rover right there. That's the bar we're going to be at on Sunday, broadcasting live. That's the front door, obviously. And I did a video of it also on X, and you can play the video and you can see me walk around the damn bar and all that. It is a badass bar. So we got a great bar to do our post-game show from. Kick ass. Absolutely kick ass. Let's see. The stadium has a roof and they might close it. Oh, really? Okay, good. All right. So we're in. Okay, good. They didn't have like the hole, right? I wasn't sure about that. I've only seen the outside. I don't know if they have the roof or not. Okay, so they do have a roof. Okay, good. I like that. Let's see what else. All I've heard about Mrs. Big O from my daughters is how nice she was. Cheers to her teacher. To her teachers are underappreciated, and people just don't know how difficult their jobs are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. True Fin fan. You want to know who his daughter is? She's wondering who your daughter is.
Oh, wait, that could be Caitlin's.
No, he's not talking about Caitlin. He's talking about you. His daughter was in your class.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's a small world. Small world. Walk down Calle de Arenal. Okay? I will do that, my friend. By the way, that's a subway entrance. That's a metro entrance. And it's a P2 PSP whole promotion, dude. That is crazy. That's like in the what's that area? Sunset, sunrise, Sol. The area there is called Sol, which that will connect to La Gran Via, and you can then go walk the Gran Via and see all the stores that you can't afford to shop at, because it's Cartier and all those places, Hermes and Rolex and all the things I can't afford. What else do we have there? Thanks for sharing the pictures, Big O. That's cool. Thank you, Dolphin Dave. No problem, dude. Looks like 55, partly cloudy, 6% chance of rain for you on Sunday, 3 p.m. Not a weatherman. You're not a weatherman? I am not a financial advisor. You are correct. James Tallman says, I stay away from buying anything with the beached whale logo. The old logo will never be replaced. I wear my hats and clothing with old logo. Me too. By the way, this is the Museum of Ham. They take their ham serious here, bro. And this store alone, like you want to walk in there and you want to just start eating ham left and right, bro. It is awesome. The presentation, everything. It is just next level. It's awesome, dude. Awesome stuff. True Fin Fan says, sent my daughter's name through Cash App. Oh, okay. Come here, babe, so you can see it. You don't have to walk here. I can just give you the phone and they won't see you. Hold on. I'm refreshing.
It's okay.
Hold on. Okay, it hasn't come up yet. Okay. Let it refresh a second here. And then I can, let's see. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. There you go.
I do remember.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There you go. Well, I mean, it's kind of a combination. It's hard to not remember.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there you go. And by the way, True Fin Fan, one day they got to meet again, just for the hell of it, just to have some fun. That is right there. That is the same place. That's the middle of El Sol, all that place. It's just beautiful, man. Beautiful. You could just walk around. I'm not really that much into the art stuff, okay? So going into a museum and seeing a whole bunch of paintings, I will admit to you, I get bored eventually. But architecture is different. I can walk around and really walk and see just different buildings and the way everything's built. I mean, hell, I love just watching homes that are built and, you know, whatever, you know. So to me, I love that kind of stuff. I'm big into architecture. The art, I got to admit, you know, I went to go see the Mona Lisa when I was at the Louvre and all that kind of stuff. And when we walked away, we're like, that's the Mona Lisa? Okay. You know, we took a picture and it's only like this big or something. It's small too on top of all of that. You would think it was like a big ass painting, you know? No, dude, it's like this big. It's not that big, the Mona Lisa. And there's a whole bunch of people trying to take the selfies with it and all that. And we looked at it and go, so that's the Mona Lisa? Okay. You know. Now, I went to the Notre Dame, and, you know, she was my witness. I was like, I felt that place. I'm walking through, and we saw it before the fire. So we saw the original Notre Dame. And dude, like, that place moved me. You know what I mean? Not just how it was built and everything, but inside when you walk. Now it's a lot brighter, whiter, and cleaner and all that. Back when I went, I haven't seen the new one yet, but I've seen it on you know, on recordings now. And it was dark and murky, and it was just different, you know, because it was old and it had all the ashes from the candles burning, everything all over the place. So it was, you know, it was old, hundreds of years old, you know. But there you go. I've posted a lot of pictures. I don't know if I posted all my pictures. I've got a lot more, but I've taken so many of Madrid. You can go to our Twitter feed at Big O Show if you want to check it out. And True FinFan, thank you for the Cash App, sir. Appreciate it. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Big O, are there any strip clubs in Madrid? Well, now that you mentioned that, my wife was laughing because I don't think it's a strip club. It's called it's like a burlesque. They don't have strip clubs there, I don't think. At least I don't think so here in the city. Oh, let me see if I could find the picture.
So many girls. 2 girls dancing.
Yeah, well, it was after Midas. Let me see. I know I got a damn picture. No, I guess let's see.
Just tell them yes.
Oh, man. Now this is terrible. I'm trying to find this picture, and I know I have it, but there is some kind of burlesque or something like that. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I don't know if can you see that, Sean? Or is that something that I have to, oh, there we go. There you go. New Girls Cabaret. And it was closed, obviously, because it's open at night. But that's the only thing, that's one thing that I found in the city. Funny that you asked that, obviously. You know, Mines in the Gutter are in the same place. How about that? They're selling a Messi jersey from Argentina and a Messi jersey from Inter Miami. Now, remember, we're in Madrid, home of Real Madrid. They didn't put a Messi Barcelona jersey up. Oh, man. Too funny. Too funny. Anyway. What else do we have going on? I do want to remind you about Acura Pembroke Pines, a proud sponsor of our program. We love talking about Acura Pembroke Pines. And, of course, great sale going on right now, the Season of Performance sales event, where the Integra, the 2025, this is ridiculous. It's $229 a month. 3.9% financing for 60 months. 2025 ADX, oh, man, that is a beautiful SUV. $359 a month. And 4.9% financing for 60 months. The TLX, outstanding vehicle, $399 a month, 4.9% financing for 60 months. They've got some great deals. Go see Larry Schlossberg at 15601 Pines Boulevard. just off of I-75 and Pines Boulevard, and tell them that Big O sent you. I promise they will take care of you at Craig Zinn's Acura up in Pines. Any Heat jerseys? No, Frank. No. There is like, you can see like Lakers stuff, you'll get something like that, but not, any like a Lakers hat or something. But no, I didn't see no Heat. They wouldn't. Why would they have Heat? It's at the moment we're not that kind of team that is international. We don't have an international player that everybody. We have a couple, but they're not really, they're not Giannis, and they're not whatever, somebody like that, or a Gasol brother, a Spaniard. That would be then okay. Then you'll have we have a Spaniard on the team, so the Heat is here. We don't have any of that, unfortunately. Big O in Corte de Ingles, they have a Flanagan's. Also, they provide Nature Bee in desserts. There you go. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate you. True Fin says, I don't follow soccer, but the rivals are Barcelona and Madrid. Yeah, that's why I'm saying that here in Madrid is the home of Real Madrid. So that's an opponent of Barcelona. And it's just like, you don't want to wear, like, I'm a Barcelona guy. I'm not going to bring my Barcelona gear and walk around here wearing my Barcelona gear. What for, dude? What do I need that for? You know what I'm saying? So I kept that away from here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to buy a Real Madrid hat just to kind of flow. So I think, okay, so I bought one of these just so I can have some fun on the broadcast and all that kind of stuff. I was thinking buying a Real Madrid for Elo, but I was like, dude, I'm a Barcelona guy. I can't do that. No, I can't do that. No. So I stayed away from it. Or Wemby, right? Something like that, Drew. Exactly. Let's see. What else do we have to do out there on the chat board? Let me see if there's one earlier that I missed. And Jeff in Long Island says, good evening to Mrs. Alzagari, too. Hope you both are enjoying your vacation since Orlando is a workaholic, LOL. But so is she. She has like 746 sick days saved up over her 33 years. She doesn't take any sick days. She saves them, like, and then when she retires, she's like, bitch, pay me up for them. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But it's like, sweetheart, you got to take a couple off. So I twisted her arm and she's finally here in Madrid, taking a couple of days off. It hurts her, by the way. And then we got Vegas coming up with No Doubt in May. And I'm taking her with me for a couple of days. Now I'm going to be out there for a week. I'm trying to convince her to stay for the whole week, and she does not want to stay for the whole week. So she may go off for only a couple of days and then fly back, and then I stay there, rocking and rolling for a couple more concerts. Because in late May I'll be in Vegas for a week, and I'm going to see No Doubt for sure in Santana. I already have those two already set, but I've got to watch a couple of other bands. I'm waiting to see I'm waiting for the whole calendar of May to be filled up in Vegas so I can see what dates exactly that I fly, because the 21st I'm definitely in Vegas. But I don't know if I'm taking off on the 15th or I'm taking off on the 20th. I have no idea, because it all depends on the concerts, either before or after, right around, No Doubt. And then I got to convince her, to come with me, And by the way, she doesn't even want to go see No Doubt in the Sphere. You hear her laughing in the back. She's going with me to Santana, but she's like, nah, I'm not that big a No Doubt fan. I don't want to spend the money and this and that. Okay. So, what can I tell you? We're both workaholics, actually. What else do we have? Ray says, good call. They are super passionate about their soccer teams. Yeah, dude. I don't need any issues over here and all that. I'm here to have fun. I'm not here to ruffle any kind of feathers, so Just let me just go enjoy myself, like I do when I go to Caneswear, because they got everything with the Canes logo on it. They got Inter Miami gear. They're in the playoffs. They got Panthers gear. They're going for a third title. They got Miami Dolphins gear. They're selling their home games. I mean, come on. They've got it all for you there at Caneswear. And if you use our code BIG010, you will get 10% off. 2655 South University Drive in Davie. Go see Brett and Jeff and Jack and all the guys out there, man. Ken Graff. Great people at Caneswear. Always getting it done. And tell them that Big O sent you. Okay. All right. What else do we have going on? Let's see. Big O, I actually had a chance to get in on sharing ownership on one of the original Tim Hortons franchises up here, but was young and did not have enough money. Wow, what a missed opportunity. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Love their donuts, bro. Love their glazed donut. Okay. Love their glazed donut. I am a fanatic of their glazed donut. Any interesting concerts in Spain for you? Jess. Saturday night, we're going to go see Hailstorm, baby. We're going to see Lizzie Hale. So can't wait. Looking forward to that. Yes, I am going to go see if you got the genes of Pat Benatar and you got the genes of Joan Jett and you blended them together, you would have Lizzie Hale. Okay? Think about that. Because she's got Benatar's voice and range, maybe a little more range than Benatar. Okay? Maybe. It's kind of tough because Benatar's a monster. Little powerhouse, man. She's like 5'1", and she's got lungs like, I don't know. It's crazy. But Lizzie's got lungs like that. She's got a voice like a goddess. And she can rock, right? And then she jams like Jet on guitar. Except she's a better guitarist than Joan Jett. So, kind of crazy. Lizzie Hale is Lzzyyhale. She is underrated as a musician. She is a phenomenal musician. Blows me away. Stephen Harris says, say hello to your wife. And she says hello back. What else do we have? Big O, you got the wifey PTO for her time off in Spain. Found a sub teacher. Yep, that's their job, not ours. You know, Eagles announced that they will be at Las Vegas Sphere in March. Yes. I've seen the Eagles a whole bunch of times. I don't know if they'll be there the week I'm there. I'll think about it because I've seen the Eagles a ton. And I've seen this version of the Eagles also several times. I've seen the original Eagles and then I've seen these Eagles. So I've seen them when they had, when Glenn Fry was still around. And I was blessed to see that. And then I've seen the post Glenn Fry, with the country guy who is phenomenal, by the way. Wow, he is a great musician. I don't listen to his music on the countryside, so I didn't know him that well. And when I saw him perform, wow, phenomenal. So I've seen this Eagles version several times all over the place. My favorite of this version is when I saw them in New York and they did New York Minute. And Henley was doing it, and we were at the New Shea Stadium, and they did a New York Minute, and that was pretty fucking cool. It's pretty fucking cool. Pat in Asheville says, Mrs. A, you got to go see the Sphere. The Wizard of Oz is playing in May. You know what? That's a good idea about Pat in Asheville. I think we'll do that. I think we'll go see the Wizard of Oz, because that's got to be one hell of an experience in the Sphere. You know what, Pat? You got me on that one. That's it. I heard it's like $80. It's not cheap. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's not like you're watching a regular movie. You're watching a whole experience. And apparently it's interactive with the smells and the wind and all that kind of stuff that goes on in the movie. You kind of end up experiencing it all too through the Sphere. So that's actually pretty cool, supposedly. Yeah. So We'll see. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. The one and only Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443 for custom printing and embroidery. Panthers over the Capitals last night, 6-3. How about Brad Marchand, man? He picks up his 1,000th point. I saw him spinning his daughter on the ice. The more you find out about Brad Marchand, the more you love the guy, right? The way he covered for his friend when his best friend lost his daughter, just everything about Brad Marchand is just likable, dude. It's crazy. Anyway, great game, 6-3 win. They're 9-7-1. Kachuk, by the way, Paul Maurice announced will be on the ice in 2 weeks, not playing, but on the ice practicing and getting ready to play. So all that talk about late December, early January, maybe we are on target for that, man. You know, maybe it's even earlier than that. Who knows? But we'll get one star back, and that'll give a boost to the team. And then you'll get Barkov for the playoffs. I have no doubt about that. Will he be himself? No, but everybody else will be able to carry you. That's the beauty of the Panthers, man. They're so damn deep. They have a lot of good players, and they have some young players that are now starting to, really grow and elevate their game, that they can overcome these kind of things. What a team they built. Anyway, Saturday at 5 o'clock, they take on the Tampa Bay Lightning, and that'll be, of course, at Amerant Bank Arena. Tonight, or going on right now, right? They're an hour into the game, actually, with the Heat and the Knicks, correct? Sean? Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. No, it's still in a few hours. Tonight at 7. That's right. I'm thinking because it's 8 here. It's really 2 o'clock over there. Tonight at 7, Heat and Knicks. Saturday, Tampa Bay Sun FC will visit the Fort Lauderdale United at Beyond Bankcard Field. So get your asses down there and support the ladies. Sunday, November 23rd, the MLS semifinals, where your Inter Miami squad will visit Cincinnati. And Saturday at 3:30, NC State will take on number 15, UM. UM is favored by 14.5. The over and under is 55.5. Chop Robinson also has cleared concussion protocol. He returns. He will play in the game. But unfortunately, Bradley Chubb was listed as limited in practice today. He suffered a foot injury, questionable versus Washington. Rasul Douglas with the foot and ankle, D. Eskridge with the shoulder are also listed as questionable. Miami is favored by 2.5. The over and under is 47.5. And that is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. Give my guy Alan Blanco a ring if you need custom printing and embroidery. 786-618-1443. Sean, do me a favor. Give me 1 minute break so I can take a rest and stand up, because this chair is killing my ass.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Price, service, selection. Get all this and more at South Florida's #1 loved Subaru store. Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Save today with our 3 ways to save. 0% financing, 0 down payment, or make no payments for 90 days. From Subaru of Pembroke Pines.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
All right. Welcome back, folks. Appreciate you all out there. Don't forget, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And by the way, thank you for hanging in there with us, because obviously this week I did not do a show on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's rare for me to take days off like that. But obviously traveling, and I was completely wasted. I wish it was the other kind of wasted, to be quite honest. It would have been it's a lot more fun, that kind of wasted. But I was just dragging. You know, I thought maybe I could pull it off on Wednesday, but no. It was bad. And I was really tired on Thursday. And so today I've actually got more energy than I had the last couple of days. I'm kind of like getting, you know, it's funny because you'll start getting your groove and then you're traveling in on Monday. No, Tuesday. We travel Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. We leave on Tuesday. So, yeah, just crazy. The good thing is, I guess we'll gain 6 hours on the way back. So, you know, it's only a 2-hour flight on the way back. So, who knows? Let's see. What else do we have here? James says, Big O, I went to Spain when I was stationed in Germany in '83. It's a beautiful country. I remember the bars along the coast being open until 6 a.m. It was a fantastic experience. Yeah, they like to party here, man. They like to party here, you know? And by the way, if you're going to have a party, you got to make sure you keep everybody cool. All Year Cooling and Plumbing. Make sure you call Tommy and the great people at All Year Cooling and Plumbing, Florida's #1 AC and plumbing service. They've been around for 52 years, man. They started this off in 1973, family owned and operated, and they are serving Homestead to Vero Beach, plus new location on the West Coast in Naples. So call them, 888-204-5554. That's 888-204-5554 for All Year Cooling and Plumbing. All right. By the way, we mentioned R&M Contractors earlier, and they sponsor our crypto segments. And I got to tell you something, because we got people that are a little nervous. Right now, Bitcoin, where are we at now? We're at 95, 96. Where are we at right now? Where's Bitcoin at right now? We are at 94,855, so almost 95. And this is an interesting fork in the road for a lot of us. And I say a fork because some people have taken the road out. And, you know, listen, if they're panicking, they're panicking. If you need the money, hey, listen, that's something normal for any of us, that we have to pay bills or we got things that come up or whatever. And if you got to cash out. But Bitcoin is the kind of asset that will test your patience. And there will be some volatile drops that you will have to kind of deal with, but the good days are coming. And you will not experience the good days by giving up during the bad days. And then when you give up in the bad days, the good days come right around the corner, and it's too late to get on the train again because you got off of it already and you were already on it earlier. So there's no crypto winter coming, at least not for Bitcoin, and not for some layer ones and some cryptos. They're going to grow, and they're going to grow big over the next few months. And these guys are going to print, and they're going to keep printing, and they're buying debt. And all over the world, they're just printing money. And there's going to be a swing where people are going to sell some of their gold, and they're going to get into Bitcoin when it's all said and done. We're just in the middle of the process of people getting educated on this right now. And that's why, like the ETF holders, those people aren't educated Bitcoin holders. They're kind of investors, and they're short-term guys. They're not thinking about the long term. They're trying to get short-term gains, get in and get out. So those people aren't necessarily going to be your rock, okay? But eventually, a good portion of them will. But there's a portion that's going to be selling like they're doing right now. And there's older sellers right now that are taking profits, which is normal. And by the fact that we've dropped $30,000, that's okay. It's great for me. I love it because I get to buy cheaper Bitcoin. I have no problem with that. I'm thinking long term because I know we're going to go way past 200 in the early part of next year. Okay. And then when things start getting worse in 2026, which they will, then that's when Bitcoin's going to explode even more. Okay. The worst of the worst has not arrived yet. And it's in the process because everybody's in the middle of destroying their fiat currency. As all fiat currencies die, and they've always died. And it's going to take, 10, 15 years probably for the US to lose, that power of theirs with the US currency, and stable coins are going to help them stay alive for a little bit. But in the process, everything is going to get so much more expensive because money is going to be devalued more and more. And those are the moments when people are going to learn about Bitcoin. And they're going to understand finite, and they're going to understand that it's immutable, and they're going to understand that no government is controlling it, and they're going to understand that there's no CEO. So this is all a learning process that we're in. And those of you that have already learned and you know about it, you're 800 steps ahead of more than 90% of the world. So we've got a lot of people that have got to catch up to us. So that's kind of the process that we're in. But look at it, it's being implemented everywhere because it's coming. They know it. So don't be blinded by the short-term volatility. All this kind of stuff is all going to go by the wayside. Those of you that stay strong, and those of you, and this is not financial advice, never has been, never will be, because I'm not a financial advisor. But those of you that stay strong, like you did when it was at 16 and at 36 and at 46, and look where you're at now, you're going to say the same thing. Those of you that got in at 80 or 90 or 105 or 110, when it gets to 180 and 210, you're going to go, well, I got in at 90 and I stayed strong and it paid off. So be patient. Be patient. This is nothing. This is nothing to worry about whatsoever. You are, if you own Bitcoin, you are in complete control. If you own fiat currency, you're a loser. It's just kind of the way it goes. You better use your fiat currency to invest in something or pay your bills. But saving fiat, that's asinine. So, it's coming, folks. That's all. Brett says, real investors always think long-term. As we both always say, short-term volatility, long-term opportunity. That's right. That's 1,000% right. 1,000% right. All right, let's do a little music here, by the way. I always like doing that. I did not do it on Thursday. Again, I was worn out, dude. And I wasn't really prepared for that show, to be quite honest. I kind of winged that entire show. It wasn't like this one where I did actually some preparation for it. I like to kind of prepare for my shows normally. But I figured I'd do something yesterday. All right, let's go with musicians born on this date. Travis Barker, songwriter, music producer, drummer for Blink-182, born in 1975 on this date. Let's see who else is celebrating birthdays today. Brendan Benson, singer, songwriter. He released 7 solo albums and also a member of the Raconteurs with Jack White. Born in 1970. Who else celebrating birthdays today? Brian Yale from Matchbox 20, born in 1968. Joseph Simmons, one of the founding members of Aerosmith, born in 1966. Frankie Banali, rest in peace, drummer for Quiet Riot. Also worked with Wasp a little bit and Billy Idol. We lost him in 2020 from pancreatic cancer at 68. He was born in 51. Stephen Bishop, legend, singer, songwriter, actor, guitarist, all of that, man. So many things he's done in his life. Born in 1951. Let's see who else. James Young, J.J. Young, born in 1949 with Styx. Cornell Gunter from the Platters, born in 1938. Now we go to famous people born on this date, November 14th. Remember, if I don't give you an age, that means they have passed away. Artist Claude Monet, born in 1840. U.S. First Lady Mamie Eisenhower, born in 1896. U.S. Senator Joseph McCarthy, born in 1908. Astronaut Edward White, born in 1930. Astronaut Fred Halsey, born in 33. He is 92 today. King Hussein of Jordan, born in 1935. Musician Buckwheat Zydeco, born in 1947. Britain's King Charles III, born in 48. He is 77 today. Former U.S. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice, born in 54. She's 71. Musician Yanni, born in 54. He's 71. Actor D.B. Sweeney, born in 61. He's 64. Actress Laura San Giacomo, born in 62. She's 63. Actor Patrick Warburton, born in 64. He's 61. Musician Joseph Simmons, also known as Reverend Run, born in 64. He's 61. Actor Josh Duhamel, born in 72. He's 53. Actress Oleg Kurylenko, born in 79. She's 46. Comedian actor Vanessa Bayer, born in 81. She's 44. NFL player Devonta Smith, born in 98. He is 27 years old. Sean Stanley, do you have musicians born on this date, sir? No. We don't hear. We don't hear.
This probably will help. Ricky Dozon was born on this date in 1924.
There you go. Way to go. Now you're in our rears.
Yeah. And I even had a good comeback because I don't have musicians. I have wrestlers. But that was not caught. Ricky Dozon, born on this date, 1924. Kalisto turns 39. Shirley Crabtree was born on this date in 1930. Grandin Goatsman is 33. The original La Parka turns 60. And NXT trainer Matt Bloom is 53 on November 14th, 2025.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Let's go in music history because all of you always wonder, well, what the hell happened today in music history, Anything big? Well, rock and roll arrived as Bill Haley in the comments made the top 10 with Shake, Rattle, and Roll, born in 1954, that is. In 1960, Ray Charles went to #1 on the U.S. singles charts with Georgia, Always on My Mind. The number 24 hit in the UK, by the way. In 69, Sugar Sugar by the Archies was #1 in the UK singles charts. The single became the longest running one-hit wonder in the UK with 8 weeks at the top of the charts. It was the first #1 performed by cartoon characters. Now, Sugar Sugar by the Archies was created by Don Kirshner and the Wrecking Crew. okay, which were a group of musicians that helped make music for everybody. Sugar Sugar was supposed to be on the next Monkees album. But because the Monkees got into a fight with Don Kirshner because they wanted to be their own musicians, Don Kirshner said, "Nah, sorry, we are the judge and jury." And so it ended. And the Monkees did not get another hit like the ones they had earlier. And Sugar Sugar went to a cartoon character. This was Don Kirshner's way of saying, I made you and I can make hits with cartoons. And that's exactly what he did. Crazy shit and real. 75, Brian Eno released his third studio album, Another Green World. I mention it because he did so much great work with U2. In 81, Earth, Wind, and Fire released their 11th studio album, Raise. It features the singles, Let's Groove Tonight, Want to Be With You, and I've Had Enough. In 83, Eurythmics released their third studio album, Touch, and it features the singles, Who's That Girl? Right By Your Side, and Here Comes the Rain Again. All right. In 87, Nobody Puts Baby in a Corner. The Dirty Dancing soundtrack hit #1 in America, even though the film was set in 63. It features modern original songs, I've Had the Time of My Life, and Hungry Eyes. Let's see what else. In 91, over 1,000 New Kids on the Block fans were given medical treatment after a minor riot during a concert in Berlin, Germany. Rioting? New Kids? It's weird. Weird. In 98, Lauryn Hill, notoriously lazy, became the first female rap solo artist to hit #1 on the Hot 100 without a guest artist, when Doo Wop That Thing claims the top spot. In 2003, Jay-Z released a Black album with classics 99 Problems and The Bitch Ain't One, and Dirt Off Your Shoulders. In 2004, Gwen Stefani performed on a TV as a solo artist, and no doubt, for the first time when she took the stage at the American Music Awards to sing What You Waiting For. And in 2013, Paul McCartney posted a letter on his website calling on Russian President Vladimir Putin to release 30 Greenpeace activists whom Russian authorities arrested during a protest over Arctic oil drilling in September. All the activists involved had their charges dropped in late December of that year. The power of the Beatles. Let's see if there's any artist that was not on that list. Let's see. Wendy Carlos, an electronic musician who scored the films A Clockwork Orange, The Shining, and Tron, is 86. Interesting. Did not know that. Didn't know who she was either. But it's an interesting nugget because you think about those 3 movies, right? Let's see, who else? Anybody else that was not on that list? Boozy Badass is 43 today. There we go. There's one that wasn't. Boozy wasn't on that list. And that's what happened today in music history, folks. How about that? How about that? Big O, speaking of musicians, did you see the movie documentary trailer of Michael Jackson? It's coming out in April 2026. I've seen the trailer, and I'm looking forward to seeing the movie. You know, his personal life, there's probably a lot of stuff that we don't want to talk about or ever deal with, but it's kind of, you have to compartmentalize. And, you know, the entertainer and the music was just absolutely phenomenal. So all the other stuff, yeah, you know, what can I tell you? Big O, how's the weather in Spain? Yeah, it's cold. It's been cold every day. It's somewhere in the high 40s to 50s and low 60s is where it's at. And then raining the last couple of days. Today, during the day, all day, it did not rain. It started to rain at 6 o'clock, and then it's, you know, going to rain for a few more hours, and that's about it. All right, folks, we want to thank, of course, Steve Calabro with the Wise Guy picks. Vikings -2.5. Atlanta -3.5, and the Chiefs -3.5, all favorites this week for the Wise Guy picks. We thank, of course, the one and only David Furones. We thank Sean Stanley. And of course, those of you that sent in a donation, Cash App or Venmo, thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, if you send in a super chat, thank you. Please hit the like button before you go. We will be off tomorrow on Saturday. We'll be back on Sunday just for post-game from the Irish Rover here in Madrid, 3 blocks from the stadium where the Dolphins and the Washington Commanders are playing. So if you're going to the game, come on by the Irish Rover, 2-floor bar, deep. I mean, it can hold a couple hundred people, bro. So come on over, join us, say hi, and have some great food because I had some of the food the other day. It was awesome. Thank you to Sean. We'll see you on Sunday. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the